Hello peoples, it's me, Solar. So I want to talk about this app called IXL. For those of you lucky enough to have never heard of it, IXL is a quote-unquote learning app for kids that makes learning easy and fun or something like that. Now that sounds good, right? No, I hate this app. It's probably the worst app a teacher could use when being lazy. There are much better quiz or assignment apps / programs like TED or Socrative. Now why is this app bad? Let's get into that now. Okay, so the way you complete assignments is by getting points from correct answers. This is fine, but the problem comes when you get a question wrong. Then, many points are deleted and you need to start all over again. It constantly gets harder to earn points and easier to lose them. I think it's unfair that so much hard work is lost because of one mistake. Constantly gets more and more frustrating. Ask yourself this: if you get 10 points from 10 correct answers, is it fair that if one is wrong, do you lose those 10 points for one question? That is not fair. If you want to make it so the children lose points for mistakes, only eliminate 1 point. Then it would be much better balanced. Another issue I have is that both the app and the website are super glitchy. Countless times have I almost finished an assignment, only for IXL to go full stupid mode and mark my answer wrong even though it is right. That is so stupid and should be fixed immediately. Paired with how you lose points so easily and gaining points is difficult, this makes for an overall frustrating experience. All of this would be fine for me if it wasn't for the fact that my teacher and probably many other teachers spam them and give like 5 or 6 a week. This is absolutely ridiculous. And they don't even ask the students their opinion. These are only 3 problems, but they are pretty big in my opinion. And there are most likely way more problems, but I am quite new to this whole IXL stuff and only time will tell. The people who made IXL should really listen to their ratings. Speaking about ratings, let's talk about the ratings on IXL. I was very surprised to see that it had a 4.3 rating. This may increase or decrease post-recording, but that is the current rating. I am going to show you a rating that I found. Feel free to pause the video to read the whole comment. That pretty much sums up my point. And as I was looking at the 5-star comments, most of them were from teachers, which are not a reliable source since they do not see from the learning perspective, and second graders. Another comment says that the jump from second to third is where the app gets bad, but I have no way to prove that. This kid is about to have a rude awakening in 3rd grade. Hopefully Editor Me can find a screenshot of that. Actually, never mind, Editor Me wasn't able to find it due to the huge amount of hate comments IXL deserves. There was one comment about a happy parent loving this app because it makes your child work. Yes, it does make you work, but in the worst way possible. They say the child is complaining, but that is since they have to work. That is a horrible argument, and here is why. It makes you work in the worst way possible, which is fake learning. What I mean is that you don't actually learn, you just do what the system wants. That is my school life in a nutshell. Maybe I'll do a video on that, but we were getting off topic. I call it fake learning because it is what it seems. Also known as inauthentic learning. Fake learning is just memorizing a certain skill long enough to get a good grade, then forgetting it all after the test or quiz is assigned. That is why students, myself included, often say they don't know after being asked what they learned in school. That is the reason why studying takes as long as it does. You don't want to learn what is being taught, so you are forcing yourself. IXL doesn't offer entertainment when learning, which it was what it should provide. Students won't learn if they aren't interested. Probably why I only remember science and what I learned about cats on YouTube. Since there is no entertainment, students don't learn. That is why it is inauthentic learning. This parent should really talk to their child and listen to their opinions because everyone's opinion matters. Take the time to talk instead of just assuming. But everything will be fine if they give good reasons why a student got a question wrong, right? Unfortunately, that is not the case. All of the explanations either don't make sense or aren't specific enough to help them with what they need help with. All of these combined makes for a really terrible app program and way of learning. Now this is my message to any teacher watching this. First of all, please don't hate on me since I am underage. Hating on me because I have an opinion isn't going to do anything and will get me more recommended. Please don't be lazy and take the shortcut to explaining a lesson. In these times, TED Ed and Socrative make for good options instead of IXL. I especially recommend TED Ed, since their videos are very interesting, give reasonable questions, give video hints, give second chances, and give an overall better learning experience. You may think that is cheating, but it actually makes things not harder than it needs to be and is fun and enjoyable. Trust me, I'm a student and my science teacher uses TED Eds and I've learned a lot. If you want a more challenging option, choose Socrative. Now, Socrative is a little more complicated to make good. Make reasonable questions on it so that students do not have a hard time. Make the questions about interesting topics that have been discussed so that it is more enjoyable. Don't overdo the questions. My recommended max is 20. Let students take their time. Combine all of these to make a much better assignment that's the best of what IXL can offer. If you still choose to use IXL, here are some tips to make learning a more enjoyable experience. You could start off by using a sort of test assignment and ask for the students' opinions. If a student has trouble, you can meet up on Zoom or another platform to discuss what is wrong and lead them to success. If doing that with every single student seems too much, do it as a class. Put IXL questions on screen share and let the students tell you what to put. Constantly remind that asking questions is acceptable, since students may be unsure if they should ask. If a student is having trouble, help them and don't just tell them to do better. You could also choose more interesting topics, or give a prize to everyone who completes them, like a no homework pass. Only assign 1 or 2 per week, and not 6 like my teacher is doing. Take things step by step to make it a fun time. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Overall, IXL is a bad program. It punishes kids if they are not perfect, which is not what learning is. Learning your mistakes is essential, but the program has no room for mistakes. Stress from IXL can cause to bad activities of self-harm, low self-esteem, and little confidence in themselves. Honestly, the app's color should be light blue due to all the students' tears shed, myself included. You don't learn anything, and is a complete waste of time. This could all be fixed if the programmers listened or even looked at the reviews, but alas, they didn't. This app could have been good. It's a good concept, but it just has a really poor execution. Some of the answers are even incorrect, like if the person making this had no idea how to do the subject. That's all for today. If you have any more reasons why IXL sucks, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd love to lead them. Goodbye my awesome people, and remember to stay safe.